Boom.
It's going to happen tonight, even if we have to FaceTime Nolan in. So
Yes.
stay tuned.
Uh-oh. Oh, Christy declined.
Try
At least we're getting some. That's an improvement.
Troy.
That's an improvement. Should we try Troy?
Yes.
Oh, Christy requested me. Drum roll, please. Drum roll. Connecting. Oh, it's a miracle!
Let's go.
Oh, let's go!
Ah!
Oh man, Nolan, what's happening, man? Where are you at right now?
I'm in my room. I'm on my bed. In my bed is a bunk bed, so I'm up high.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. How was your day? What'd you do?
The whole day we have been working. So my bed used to be on the ground, but now it's not. We've been working on making like workspaces and desks for me and my brother, because me and my brother are in the same room. So we did a lot of work and a lot of like sawing and cutting and doing wood and stuff.
Oh, dang, you were
Wow,
doing
what a
carpentry.
man. What a man.
You know, Jesus was a carpenter. Did you know that?
Yeah, that's what my dad was telling me all day. Is like, I'm trying to be like Jesus. I'm like, okay.
Hey, I need to tell you, I agree with this, but Nathan Rowe just said you the real MVP, Nolan. You the real
MVP, Jeremy. It's not me. It's you, Jeremy. For real.
Jeremy.
The GOAT.
Jeremy just called you the GOAT, which I agree. You are the GOAT.
I kind of agree.
So much love, Nolan. How does it feel to be so loved?
It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good. It feels good.
You got a lot of fans
So,
out there.
why don't we start off with your new website? Why don't you tell everybody what this new website's all about, how it got started, what it's all about? Because it's pretty cool.
Okay, so it's a website basically. So I have a bunch of basketball cards that I never really use. So what I did is I like drew on them and painted on them and made all these. I made like 40, 50 of my cards, and I just like drew on them and made like designs on them with like I have like high-tech paint markers that I use, and
Awesome.
yeah, I just drew on them, and I sell them on my site. It's called nolanscoolcustoms.com. So you just type that. It should work. It should work. I've tried it. My mom's tried it. My dad's tried it.
Nolan?
It should work. What'd you say?
Yeah, you sent me the link, but
your mic's cutting out.
you sent me the link.
I did.
Yeah,
send
so is yours. Yep, I got the link. I clicked on it. It's great. So how did you get this idea?
Everyone's stuck at home, so I was thinking of something to do, and then that idea came up, and then Gus asked how I made the site. I was just about to tell you, I made it on Wix. So you just type in Wix, and then they have like different templates that you use and mix up.
All right, give your website a shout out one more time. What was it again?
Nolan's Cool Customs.
Nolan's.
I gotta make it loud.
Nolan's Cool.
Proud. Nolan's Cool Customs. Yep.
I'm proud. We can leave it. We can leave a comment at some point.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Nathan Rowe did it for us.
There we go.
Oh, he did it.
He even has the HTTPS, so he copied and pasted that.
Official.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I encourage everyone watching tonight, if you can hear me, you guys should go to nolanscoolcustoms.com, check out his cards. Money goes to a good cause. What do you do with the money, Nolan?
So
Chick-fil-A?
No, I wish, but some of the profits go to my mom's organization, Fierce Women. It's people around here know it, like it's very well known, and she's my mom, so why not? So some of the profits go to
Right.
That's amazing.
That's really cool that you do that. That's awesome, man.
You have such a great heart.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's get into this God story. So
Okay.
why don't you give them the backstory, kind of which led up to, yeah, so give them the backstory. That way they can better understand the God story.
All right. Thanks, Jennifer. You rock too. She said I rock, so I had to respond. That's really nice. So
Go ahead, Vincent.
what I'm gonna share, it really wasn't something that was very important. It was like a very low key like operation. So basically, before all this, I had to get kidney surgery. So the real surgery happened before. And so basically what they did is there's like a tube connected to everyone's kidney. There's like a tube, and the tube that is connected to my kidney was clogged, so they had to go in and unclog it. And what they unclogged it with was a stent. And what I'm gonna share. Was marked on my family's calendar was the. I had a little pain, but we went home the next day, and I felt pretty good. And I actually had like a plastic, like, this is funny. I had like a plastic straw just hanging out the side of me. And it was just my whole family remembers it because it was like a pain in the butt for a solid 48 hours. It would just keep dripping and dripping like unneeded liquid from my kidney and like my body. It would just drip it. And for the first 2 days, every 30 minutes, like every 45 minutes, we would have to like retake. We had gauze and all this protectionist stuff on it so I wouldn't be soaked all the time. We'd have to change it like every 40 minutes. So the first 2 days, it was like a pain. It was like no one liked it in my family, but it soothed over time. And then I eventually got the drain taken out, which was just like a doctor's office meeting, and they pulled it out in like 30 seconds. It was like it was one of the easiest things that we did. So that's the backstory.
So that surgery was back. That was why you missed winter retreat, because you had that surgery, right? So that was like at the end of February.
I wanted to make it to winter.
Yeah, we missed you, man. We did. We'll have.
It wasn't Sky Zone.
Yeah, it was fun. Are you breaking up?
Sports Fusion.
Am I breaking up a little bit internet-wise?
You're not breaking up, but sometimes the microphone cuts out a little bit.
Okay, yeah, that's why we put our headphones in.
Yeah,
okay, so you had that surgery on your kidney end of February, and then recently you had to go back to the hospital for what? What did they have to do recently?
I said it earlier, it's a stent removal. So they took out what kept my kidney tube unblocked. They took that out. That operation.
So when did you go in for that? Was that a couple weeks ago, last week?
Oh shoot, I forgot. I know it was sometime around a week ago. It was
okay. So when you went to the hospital, that was during. I mean, that's the coronavirus had already started. It's like, was there any like coronavirus stuff going on there when you got to the hospital?
Yeah. So that is actually so we got in there. They normally do surgeries and operations early. We get there like 5:15 in the morning, and they have this like, you would see it on the news sometimes. They had this whole table set up. They had like 3 nurses with masks all over them, sitting there. They would wait for every guest that came in. They would give us Anyway, they give us like visitor passes, and they would like take our temperature and ask us like if we've traveled internationally or if we've been anyone that's had the virus. So we walked in there. That was a pretty legit stand that was like meant to make sure that we didn't even have like a fever. Like we didn't even have to have the virus. We just had to make sure we weren't even sick, because the flu is going around too. virus and the corona.
So is there any? So they tested you for the virus. Is there anything you need to tell us?
I'm virus free. I am flu free.
Yes.
I am free of everything. So praise the Lord. Yes, I'm free.
Praise the Lord. Okay. So yes, praise the Lord. No coronavirus for you. So you go into the hospital, and then it's supposed to be. You told me it was supposed to be a pretty simple surgery, right? Like in and out, like pain free. And then, so tell us the story about how it happened. Taking the stent out, and it was supposed to be an easy process.
Yeah. So I'll walk you through like my point of view of the whole thing. So we get there. They take us into like the pre-prep room, which is like a hospital room, but no one's allowed to be in there. It's like a pre-prep room where I put on like my gown, and like they like start my IV in there and get my vitals and all that stuff. So we get into that room, and I put on my gown, and we wait for like an hour and 30 minutes. I'm just sitting on my phone watching YouTube, and my mom was sitting right next to me. I don't know what she was doing. I have no clue what she was doing, but we were just waiting. We were kind of confused because we thought they would have came in quicker, but there was a good amount of people there. So, and they were low on nurses because they want to keep as many people as home just to be nice.
Right.
So they were low on nurses, and there was a bunch of people. So it took a while for them to get back to us. So we were just like we were just waiting in the room for like an hour, 30 minutes. And then they finally come in, and the nurses come in, and they start my IV. The first time there was like a valve in my hand that they like couldn't get into. No, it was right here. They like couldn't get into my hand on this side. So they said, okay, we got to go around to this side and start another one on your other hand. And they got into this hand. I guess this hand it's like, I don't know. So they had to do it. They had to do it IV twice, which I really don't. IVs don't really bother me, but IVs don't really bother me. But they have all this stuff prepared for people, just in case they just don't do well with IVs. Yeah. So I don't really do. I do fine with IVs, so it didn't really bother me. They had to do it again. So they do two IVs on me. Then we wait for like another 30 minutes. And then the anesthesiologist comes in and says hi to us. And then we wait for like another 10 minutes. And then my surgeon comes in, and they say hi to us. And then we wait maybe another 10 minutes maybe. And then they finally come in all prepared, and they take me. So whenever they take me, I think they started the anesthesia. As soon as they gave me their IV, it was like coming in bit by bit. And as soon as they get me, like the anesthesia is fully kicked in. So whenever they take me, I'm like really tired and like really sleepy, and like I almost feel like, I just feel really like sleepy and tired. So I don't really care that they're taking me. So I say bye to my mom, and then they take me into the operation room. Yeah. And the operation room was actually pretty cool. They actually play music while they're doing They actually played music while they did the operation.
What kind of music?
Why? I'm not sure. I think it's just so that they like can just like stay in a good mood while they're doing it, because
right.
So they play. So that they're just playing music. I don't know what music I heard in the background.
Was it Waymaker?
No, it wasn't Waymaker. It was like some type of like pop music. I'm not sure what it was. So
was it Biebs?
Justin Bieber? No, I honestly I was in anesthesia, so I have no.
So what's the last thing you remember before you went to sleep?
Okay, so this is actually pretty funny. So this is really funny. So the surgeon always have like they have like a assistant by them that goes with them all the time. So the surgeon's like assistant that like helps him do the surgery and like is with him the whole time. Her and another lady took me into the hospital room in the pre-prep room bed. So so they bring me in, and I come into the room, and obviously there's like tools and huge lights and stuff. And then I remember off to like right side of the wall, and there was a huge like flat screen 70-inch TV. And I guess there was like information that only they understand, because I didn't understand a word that was on the screen. So it's probably only information that they understood. So I look off, and there's a TV, and I asked the assistant lady, I'm like, why is there a TV there? And then that's when I blacked out. I was like, why is there a TV? I just black out because I don't remember her saying anything. So I'm assuming that's the point where I just like fell asleep. So yeah, that's the last thing I remember. It was a very blurry image of the operation room.
So during the surgery, they go in there and they take the stent out. And then what happens when you wake up?
So the whole operation, it was like, I think they said it was somewhere around 7 minutes long, because the operation is really short. It goes from like 5 to 10, maybe like 11, 12 minutes long. So it's a really short operation. So I woke up. I really didn't have a sense of time, so I didn't know how long it took. I basically it was almost like my brain shut down, but not in a bad way, like in a good way, because I didn't have any sense of anything or didn't remember anything.
Kind of like
kind
of like going to school, right?
Exactly. Exactly. So I wake up in the recovery room. I don't remember anything in the recovery room at all, but from my surgery and my stent removal, it's basically just like a room where you lay in a bed and you recover from anesthesia. So a lot of people don't remember the recovery room because you're still waking up from anesthesia, so you don't really have your full mind and brain back, so you don't really know what's going on. So I don't remember the recovery room. I remember last time, whenever I had my actual surgery, I was in the recovery room. I remember little bits from it because I don't know why. I just remember, since I guess I just recovered better in the recovery room for the first time. So I remember little bits from the actual surgery.
Were you in pain when you woke up?
When I woke up the first time in surgery, for the first
this last surgery.
Okay, so this last one that I just had, I wasn't in pain. I might have been, but I didn't feel it because I was waking up. So if I were, I didn't feel it. So I was laying there for like 15 minutes in the real room, not the recovery room. And I was like still recovering from anesthesia. And I lay there for 15 minutes, and I feel fine. And I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure why I don't remember anything from the stent removal. I think the reason I remember stuff from my last one is because I think I had some type of medicine that woke me up better. So I remember they said that in my first surgery, like all over my face and like my skin, I was like breaking out into hives. I think they said the pain medicine from the first surgery made me break out into hives. And I don't remember this, but they said I was like using my fingernails and like clawing away.
Oh man,
it was itching really bad. I don't remember it, and they said the nurse had to like hold my hand back from doing it. I don't remember it, but they said that I had like really bad hives to start out. So back to the stent removal. Whenever I woke up, they said I'm pretty sure they said I had like minor little bumps, but I wasn't like clawing away at them, and I think that was just normal for me, because they said that I'm a little more sensitive to anesthesia. So when I end up back in the room that I started off in, I sit there for like 15 minutes, still kind of recovering, so I don't really like feel anything. So I feel fine. I feel really sleepy still. I didn't really get a lot of sleep that night, so I guess a lot of the sleepiness was still from the last night that I didn't really get a lot of sleep.
Right.
So
Fortnite.
Yeah, I don't think I played any Fortnite that last night. I think I was like I think after like dinner, I was just like watching YouTube.
Right.
I'm not sure.
So what happened? What happened when the pain medicine started wearing off?
So after like the solid like 14, 15 minutes of me just sitting in my room, just like recovering from anesthesia, I started to feel just not a whole lot, but just like a really small amount of like nausea.
Mm-hmm.
And they said that it might have just been because the pain medicine was wearing off. So we wait there for another like 15, 20 minutes, and the nausea starts to get a little worse. And I'm like, well, what does that mean? Like, what does that mean now? So
yeah.
So then after that, after like 5 minutes after that, I start getting like my kidney that they were operating on was on my left side, so I start getting like really bad cramps on my left side, and I'm like now I'm like fully in the nausea mode now, so I'm just like hurting all over. So now they're like, oh, this is weird. We've never had anyone have this before in a stent removal. I'm like, oh, that's great. That's nice.
That's not good.
It's reassuring.
Yeah, that's very relaxing. So for like 2 hours, I was just like, I just felt horrible. I was just
dang.
hurting really bad. I had they every like 20 minutes they gave me like the setup I had like 2 ice packs on my left side and like 2 hot towels, and I was just trying to fall asleep because I was laying in my bed just like just moaning and groaning because I couldn't find a comfortable position. So after like 2 hours of me just being in like full on pain, like the anesthesiologist assistant comes in and she's like checking in on us, and then she after about this, the anesthesiologist comes back after 3-4 hours of me still being like just like moaning and groaning, and I was trying to fall asleep and I couldn't. So then he comes in. Oh wait, no, I got all messed up. So before that, the doctor comes in and he talks to us, and he's with his assistant, and we're just talking for like maybe 30 minutes, and there's like a nurse talking to us too in the corner. So that whole time I couldn't keep my eyes open for like 7-10 seconds without me just being like, what, huh? So like I was trying to sleep the whole time, but I wanted to hear what was going on because like I didn't because I needed to know what was going on. So we talked to the doctor and the nurse, and they ordered me like pain medicine that will stop it. And the question that I had for him was like, will I be able to go home that day because they guaranteed us before that we were gonna go home the next day, and it looked like I was gonna have to like stay emergency the next night. So I didn't stay emergency the next night. They said we promise we'll get you home. So that made me feel better. So that happens, and he orders me like this medicine that I need to take to hopefully feel better after I like get some sleep. And I forgot to tell you guys this, but before this, like they tried giving me pain medicine, and I was in like extreme nausea, so they tried to give me like water, or Pepsi, or graham crackers, or pain medicine. I just threw it all up.
Oh wow!
I threw up like 3 times.
That's painful.
Cramps and stuff. So yeah, it was not a very good situation. So they order pain medicine, and then the anesthesiologist comes after that, and he gives me the medicine, and he talks to my mom for like, I'm not sure how long, I forgot how long. So that happens. He gives me medicine, and so I said that it was really hard for me to stay awake. So he gave me the medicine, and they turned off all the lights, and my mom put on a white noise machine on her phone because I sleep with like 77 fans on and like 2 white noise machines.
That's a lot of fans.
I'm just exaggerating. Like I like to sleep with a lot of noise. So my mom turned on a white noise machine, and they turned off the lights.
I love sleeping with noise too, but I
Yeah,
have to have I have to have about 100 fans because Phoenix snores so loud. So
Don't listen to
all
him.
of them are on high.
Ooh.
Yeah.
We're live, by the way.
Anyways, this is not about me. This is about you. So, anyways, so now the white noise machine's on. You just threw up a few times. You're trying to take a nap, right? So, what happens
So,
next?
They give me the pain medicine. Once they turn off the lights and turn on everything, I fall asleep immediately because I was really tired. I fall asleep.
That's
I sleep
good.
for like an hour. And what the cool thing about it is,
Yeah.
I woke up from the nap. I woke up. I was like a whole new person.
Awesome.
I felt myself. What did Nathan say? Oh my goodness.
He's trying to help Phoenix this snoring.
Oh my goodness.
She doesn't snore, guys. She's an angel.
My dad works for like respiratory services, so you need to see
Hey.
that. You know who to talk to.
Thank you,
I
Nolan.
I sleep like Snow White.
So you
anyway,
woke up after your nap and you felt like a brand new.
You're reconnected.
Yeah, you felt like a
Okay,
brand new
you're
person
back.
after you.
So yeah,
Okay,
I wake
we're
up
good?
from the
Okay.
nap.
So yeah,
I wake up from the nap.
so
I
this
feel
is
like
the really
a whole
cool
new-
part.
Yeah, I wake up. I feel like you guys are like reconnecting. I feel like a whole new person. Like, I just wake up. I like feel normal. I'm like, whoa, like what? Why do I feel this? This is weird. Why do I feel this normal? And
Wow.
So I feel myself now, and I like feel like a normal person now. I wake up and I eat. The Wi-Fi's acting up. So I'm actually eating food, and I'm like drinking. I drank like half of a Pepsi, and so I just feel really normal, and I feel awesome. And I was able to go home like 30 minutes after that.
Wow.
And the reason why is my mom told me, she was like, after the nurses left, she was like, half of the time you were sleeping for like 30, 45 minutes. I was praying over you the whole time. And
Wow.
I think she said she slept for a little bit after that. I think she rested for a little bit, but she said like half or more half of the time she was like praying over me and like asking for like.
That's awesome.
Yeah, she was just so.
That's so
Yeah.
cool, man. I
Yeah.
forget if it was you or maybe your mom shared it with Phoenix, but after your mom prayed for you for those 30 minutes while you were taking a nap, she felt like the Lord just prompted her that you were healed, that God had it under control. That's probably why she was able to take a nap, because she
I
knew.
know. We came up. We were like, so the results of this, two things: one, God answers prayers, and two, sleep helps. So
Amen.
Like,
yeah,
for real. Like sleep.
Well,
sleep,
and you were
prayer answers everything.
You were in so much pain. It was an answer to prayer that you were even able to fall asleep.
I know.
So
it was just. I mean, I was really sleepy, but yeah, it was an answered prayer that I could fall asleep. So
yeah.
Well,
awesome, man. So that sounded. I mean, it was supposed to be 5-minute surgery, painless. You were in and out, but turned into it was not what you expected. But God helped you out, and how amazing is it that you have a mom and a dad that go to battle for you in prayer, and never take that for granted, because they're in your corner. They love you so much. They're battling for you in prayer.
And texting everybody that they know to pray too.
Yeah, you're praying. And also, God answered your mom's prayer, but God knew what you were going through, and he answered that prayer because he loves you and cares about what you were going through too. So
yeah, and people, if you have parents that are like my parents, don't take them for granted.
Amen. Preach it, brother.
Lessons with me. Don't do it.
I think that's so crazy that literally before she even knew anything about what was going on while you're sleeping, she felt like God said you're healed. Like,
I
spoke that.
I woke up and she was like, I heard God told me that you were healed. I'm like, what?
Amen.
Like, this is crazy.
That's so cool, man.
I didn't even know how this was happening.
And then, like, a couple weeks ago in youth, we talked about Jesus sleeping during the storm, and that's kind of what your mom did. She's like, all right, that's good.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Do you feel like this like built your faith, this whole process, and how you
Definitely.
see God?
Definitely.
Yeah, how has it helped your faith?
It's definitely helped me help me trust him, because obviously like the virus that's going around, like
Yeah.
it's scaring a lot of people.
I can see you and hear you fine.
Okay, so it definitely helped me grow trust, because obviously the virus is going around, and it's shutting down schools and shutting down whatever. We're trying to prevent it and stay home, and it's looking hopeless for a lot of people, but I still trust him, because I know he's going to end it.
Amen.
And we're all going to go back to living normal society.
Yeah.
Going to school, going to work and stuff.
Yeah. And what God does is he brings good out of evil. He works all things together for good. And even like when you were going through a tough time, he brought good out of it. Like right now, you're able to share with whoever ends up watching this video that God is faithful, that God brings us through tough times, and that he always brings good out of bad situations. So
Answers prayers for sure.
yeah. And this will always be something to look back on, that that you can tell the story even as you grow up and become an adult, that God had his hand upon your life even when you were young, man. I definitely sense God's hand upon your life. For sure. Yeah. But cool, man. Well, thanks for sharing, and God gets all the glory, and God is amazing, right? Yes. So thanks for sharing, Nolan.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
it,
for
man.
being bold. It's
Yeah.
scary to do.
Yeah, thanks for having me on.
And if anybody's on here that wasn't on earlier, Nolan has a website. Nolan, give that a shout out real quick.
Nolan's Cool Customs. I'm pretty sure Nathan put the link in the description. I don't know if you can scroll up or anything, but he put it in the comments. It's nolanscoolcustoms.com.
Nice.
They'll painted on basketball cards on it.
Cool.
Check it out.
Check them out.
Shop at your own risk.
Phoenix's 30th birthday's coming up, so now I know what I'm getting.
I need maybe a custom one that says my name on it.
I'm gonna get the most
So,
expensive
Firebird.
one on there.
I got you. What's your favorite?
I'm just kidding. I love all your Jesus ones.
All of them? Okay.
Yes, I love how half of them are about faith. I'm like, you're the best.
My mom came up with that idea. She's like a lot of people that you know that are adults and are Christians. If you sell a collection on the website that's Jesus ones, they have the money to buy them. So obviously would be huge profit for you. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I make a bunch of them. That are Jesus related, and I sell them.
Yeah.
And, two of them are gone already, and there's 8 of them made.
Way to go!
Nice.
One of them's from my uncle bought one, and my dad bought one. So I'm like,
dude, those things are selling like toilet paper.
I know, right? I know. This might be more than toilet paper, because let's see, 40. I don't know. I can't do math right now. I'm quarantined. So a good percent of them are already sold.
Don't worry, you don't need to do math during the quarantine. God's given everybody a break from math class.
I don't know if that's true, but
it's not real. It's not real.
I don't know if that's
Nolan,
what you guys say?
How would you feel?
Cut off.
I forget. Yeah, I was gonna ask you. Do you mind just saying a quick prayer as we end this video chat? Just praying for.
Me?
Yeah. Do you mind?
Okay.
Just pray for everybody watching, and just pray whatever you want to say.
All right.
Let's do it.
Jesus, we thank you for this day and this live stream. If anyone was on this live stream and they heard something that they needed to hear, please let it go to their advantage, and please let it influence their lives if they needed it. Please help the coronavirus end and stop it from spreading. And yeah, that's all I got. Amen.
Amen. That was great,
That's all
man.
You're the best.
That was great. All right. Hey, this story will be on Instagram for 24 hours, so people can go back and watch it. So, way to be an inspiration. Thank you, God.
Is it going to go to YouTube?
Yes, we'll put it on YouTube as well. Yep. All right. Have a good night, Nolan.
See ya.
Get
Bye.
NBA 2K so we can play.
All right. I
All
have 2K. What are you talking
No, online.
Huh?
Online. I asked you if you wanted to play online, and you said you couldn't.
You said NBA Live. They don't make NBA Lives anymore.
No, NBA 2K is what I was talking about. All right, we can play then.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
All right, cool.
We'll
All right.
figure
Great.
this out.
I'm
I don't
gonna
know
lose
what
my
you're talking
husband.
about, but okay.
We'll play tomorrow. All right, see ya.
All right.
Bye bye.